So I'm here with David Langile from CUPE, and there was a very exciting meeting, I would say, yesterday in Ottawa, which was the Courage to Leap meeting, which brought together a lot of people from different movements under the Leap Manifesto and the Courage Foundation's banner, trying to unite the left and bring the sort of Sanders and Corbyn-inspired left movements to Canada. What did you take from that meeting?
Oh, I found it energizing, right? It was nice that there's so many progressive people in this country that are ready to follow in the footsteps of young people in the United States and Britain that are getting really excited about the possibilities of a democratic socialist agenda. The route forward for the left is to socialist. No more fiddling around with social democracy. I think the country is ready for a more progressive alternative. And Trudeau, he's promised young people a lot. He hasn't delivered on his promises. Now they're looking for a more progressive alternative.
One of the things that was mentioned by Becky Bond, one of the campaign architects of the Sanders campaign, was all of this reality and the popularity of democratic socialism in the United States. As somebody who's rooted in the trade union movement, who's had a lot of experience organizing, do you find anything novel about the organization techniques that were presented last night, and why do you think that they're more likely to bring forward a socialist vision of Canada as opposed to the previous?
Well, when I walked into the room, I was delighted to see Becky Bond. I say, Becky, I use your book as my textbook when I teach labor studies at the university, and she was thrilled because every author is filled. And I went on to say, look, Naomi Klein's book, I've recommended it for all my students. I'm probably her best customer. I have 700 students. So, and they're eating this stuff up. There's a market for this. Young people, because the job prospects are so bleak, and I teach a course called The Future of Work. I have 500 students this year. Next year I'll have 1,000 students. There's a demand for answers, and they're not looking for. I tell them I'm not going to help them climb the corporate ladder on the backs of their brothers and sisters. I'm here to help them build a better world for all. And that, frankly, it's a socialist agenda that I offer. I say we've got to build a better world for all, and that means addressing issues of not only of precarious work, climate change, war and peace, those kind of issues.
The NDP's existed for quite a while, and these ideas for left progress have not always presented a path to power. Why do you think they've been too timid, or why do you think they haven't been attractive enough? What's the political landscape that hasn't resulted in
My
success?
mother worked for Tommy Douglas's first government, right? And it was a major breakthrough, and it brought us Medicare and so on. He became the greatest Canadian. There was quite a market for that kind of progressive politics coming out of the Great Depression, and then we had the rise of organized labor. We created the middle class. We had what called the golden years of capitalism. And in that era, social democratic alternative looked quite attractive. But then came the neoliberal revolt, if you will, of the 1980s, led by people like Reagan and Thatcher, here in Canada, Brian Mulroney. And they've tried to roll back the welfare state, and I think some people in the Democratic Party thought they should get with the program and adopt some neoliberal ideas. It hasn't worked out so well, has it? Neoliberalism now seems to be in crisis because, of course, they've killed the middle class. Good jobs have gone elsewhere. And now our economy is in crisis, and people are looking for an alternative. So we're back on the agenda, and I'm thrilled.